This is your Egalitarian AF Truth Report for November 14th, 2025. Today's headlines stretch from Gaza to US to Sudan, and each one exposes a system built on siege, surveillance, and suppression. Independent media is carrying the truth while Western governments rewrite the narrative. Let's break down what's happening on the ground and what it means for all of us. In Gaza, the UNRWA says aid deliveries remain woefully short of what's needed. Israel is still blocking fuel, medical supplies, and even basic shelter materials. As winter approaches, families are facing cold, hunger, and no electricity. This isn't a logistical delay, it's a deliberate continuation of siege. Starvation and exposure are being used as weapons. Free Palestine. Flooding hit Gaza's displacement camps overnight, soaking bedding, collapsing tents, and leaving families standing in freezing water. These aren't isolated puddles. Entire camps were washed out because people are forced to live in fragile, makeshift shelters. When the world calls this a humanitarian crisis, it has the truth. The truth that the occupiers of Palestine and the West, the US, has caused this genocide on the Palestinian people. The crisis is manufactured through blockade and bombardment. Free Palestine. At the United Nations, the US is pushing a resolution to install a Gaza stabilization force that will control territory and security. Russia immediately countered with its own draft. This isn't diplomacy. It's global powers negotiating over Palestinian land without Palestinians. Occupation with a new logo is still occupation. Free Palestine. In the US, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced Operation Southern Spear, a hemisphere-wide military campaign targeting so-called narco-terrorists. This expands U.S. military operations across Latin America and the Caribbean. Labeling entire regions as security threats is how empire justifies endless intervention, such as that intervention that's being used on Venezuela. There's nothing that's really going on in Venezuela besides the U.S. wanting to take control over it. Zateo reports that Trump's inner circle is pushing aggressive rollbacks of constitutional protections, including freedom of speech, due process, and press freedoms. This isn't hypothetical, it's active policy. Erasing civil liberties at home goes hand in hand with militarism abroad. You can't claim democracy while stripping people of their rights. But this is just the beginning. In the occupied West Bank, Palestinian fighters targeted Israeli soldiers with explosives near Nablus. This comes as raids, arrests, and settler violence intensify across the region. Resistance emerges where people are denied freedom, dignity, and land. This is not random violence. It's the consequence of occupation. This is resistance to occupation. Free Palestine. In Sudan, aid groups warn that almost no civilians are making it from El Fasher to Chad as violence escalates. The route is nearly impossible to cross. People are fleeing on foot with no food, no shelter, and no medical access. This is what genocide looks like when the world isn't watching. Civilians trapped between militias and starvation. All of this caused by the UAE and Israel. Free Sudan. Across Gaza, the West Bank, the US, and Sudan, the same forces show up again and again. Siege, surveillance, militarism, and silence. We break that cycle by amplifying independent media, supporting displaced families, calling out state violence, and standing with people fighting for their lives and dignity. Silence is complicity. Free Palestine, free Sudan, free Yemen, free Congo, free all oppressed people. This is your Egalitarian AF Truth Report. Stay loud, stay aligned, stay egalitarian AF. And be sure to follow us on the following social medias. Thank you.